True believers, it's time to true. Then we transition over and take off studio mode. Oh, welcome, true believers. It is your Thursday night talk about the fight. It is, wait, did I roll a wild?
Wait, did I MINISTRAVAGANZA?
Your Marvel Crisis Protocol Plavog. I was interrupted, and I will be your host tonight, Tim, along with, he's one of my really close friends. His name's Dan.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Ursa Major.
He's an Aries. And
I am. That's true.
He likes pizza.
I don't like pizza.
You love it?
I love pizza. I had pizza last night, and it was pretty good.
I thought about pizza yesterday.
And then you got stuck at a golf course.
And then I got stuck at a golf course. I ate a couple sleeves of crackers.
Oh.
And half a bag of kettle cooked chips.
Oh.
Because the person I was with couldn't get ready in time, so we missed the free lunch.
Oh, no.
Which exacerbated a whole lot of issues for us. But it's okay, because, listen, I'm here. We're alive. We're here during MINISTRAVAGANZA. And they started with a banger.
Yeah, we could talk about a bear.
A bear.
We could talk about a tiger.
A
with
beat.
Wings.
And a Battlestar Galactica, probably. They probably won't.
We'll talk a little bit about Star Wars. That's close.
Yeah,
Ish.
yeah. So yeah, we have a lot to talk about. Dan and I played a game earlier this week on the Power Phase right here on the Twitch.
It was a good one.
We got releases for both Malekith and Ursa Major. We'll touch briefly on Taylor's hobby stream from last night.
I've been watching it.
Nice.
I popped in live just to say hi.
Yeah.
And then I said, I don't have Wi-Fi here, so I'm not going to be here long.
I wouldn't even have
Which
said
is
the rest.
true.
They wouldn't have known if you left. You could have just been quiet.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, I gotta put it down for a second, but I'm listening.
I'm there, okay?
As well as some of the new releases that are coming out. We got some card drops from AMG during MINISTRAVAGANZA, and that will be continuing over the next few days as well. There's going to be a whole ton of streams over there, so if you're not already, make sure to follow Atomic Mass Games right here on Twitch as well, so you can see all of the cool happenings that are going to be happening over there.
Yeah, we have the MCP panel tomorrow at noon, our time, Eastern Standard Time, which I'm super excited about. And then they have some gaming and, of course, painting. I think they painted Red Skull earlier today, or maybe now, because they're on Pacific time.
Oh, that's true. It's like Easter over there in Pacific time, right?
It's what? Easter?
Like Easter? That's how like time zones work, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Our summer's their Christmas or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
over in the Seattle area, the Pacific Northwest, it's all bets are off.
I really like the Pacific Northwest. I want to
really
live there
do too.
and open up a New York style pizza shop.
Yeah. Oh, Oneana Pizza.
Oneana Pizza. Definitely that and nothing more. But we're also going to talk about some hobby stuff. I got some hobby stuff done this week.
Nice.
I'm sure Dan did as well.
I did.
And we know Taylor did on the Wednesday Night Hobby Hangout, which is also right here on the Twitch. Every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. So let's start out, as we always do, with a little thank you to BeardedDragonGames.online.
Thank you.
They sponsor our show. They help us out in incredible ways. And they also allow us to stream in their store every Monday for the Power Phase. Right now, you can go over there. Any of the models that are up for pre-order that have been revealed but not released are on there for 15% off. Make our local game store your local game store. And, help support a great person.
Yeah,
or great
real.
peoples.
That reminds me, I need to pre-order the Winter Guard and Malekith.
Yeah, for real. So Dan.
I don't know when Winter Guard are coming out, but we know Malekith is in August.
I think that it would be unfair, almost, to release the Winter Guard in any time unwinter.
Well, yeah, but
I would accept mid-fall.
I think they're going to be September.
Yeah.
And then the World War II stuff will be October and November.
Oh,
because know the Red Skull pack is coming a little bit later. So I think the first three will be October, Red Skull will be November. Maybe with something else, I don't know.
Very well could be. But, Mr. Dan, did you get any hobbying done this week?
Did I get any hobbying done?
Did you get any hobbying done?
Since the last time we did this show, I painted the Scourge. I painted Heimdall.
Wow.
I finished Magic.
Yeah.
I started Hood. Finally.
Yeah.
And Doctor Strange Sorcerer Supreme.
Oh, wow.
But those two I had they've been primed. I haven't done anything else with them since they came out like nearing a year ago.
Yeah, you're getting work done this week.
One of my goals I'm a teacher, so one of my goals for the summer is to clean up my backlog of MCP, which normally I'm right on top of it. Like Scourge and Heimdall I had painted by the end of Saturday.
Yeah, and you did a phenomenal job on them too. You can actually see them on the VOD from Mondays. Oh yeah, the Power Phase if you're into that.
But when last fall we got like a deluge of stuff with the Convocation and Dark Dimension and all that.
Yeah.
And I just wasn't super pumped for some of the models. Like Hood, I haven't used yet because you were so jonesed for Hood.
I used him a lot. Yeah.
So it was like, I just never got around to using him. And then he was on a shelf in a side room for a while. So it's like, I just need to clear this out. I have them. I need to finish Dormammu and then Amazing Spider-Man, who's almost a year old, who's had some paint on him for a long time. I need to get him finished up. I mean, that's it for my backlog, and then everything will be done.
As everyone says, some is on the way to done.
Yeah.
So,
done is the best color. How did Dallas say
that?
The best paint job is done.
Yes. Yep.
So yeah, and I'm gonna get totally caught up, and I'm well on my way. Especially with only 2 models this month, that helped.
I also got some of my backlog done, and you got a lot done, right? It's all relative.
And Padme for Star Wars Legion.
I made huge strides this week.
Oh.
After Taylor's birthday party, I assembled Scourge.
Nice.
You know? So he was a very nice assembly, very quick, very easy.
His arm didn't go disappear under your desk for a while like
it did
Black
not.
Swan?
So here's what I did. Instead of assembling him on my desk with the gray carpet, I assembled him in the living room on a coffee table on the gray carpet instead.
Well, I mean, if the coffee table can catch it.
Right?
There you go.
I also picked up some actual new supplies from Bearded Dragon Games online, so I had like an actual good pair of snips and
that helps a lot.
A new X-Acto knife instead of a very dull like toothbrush or whatever I was using.
Were you using
before.
like nail clippers before? Because that's what most people start with.
I was using an X-Acto knife.
Oh, okay.
When I did Black Swan, so that's why pieces were flying all over the place.
Oof.
Yep.
When I first started out, I just used nail clippers, which are not ideal. They don't work well at all.
Oh, gotcha.
I mean, they work, but to get them in there is a huge pain.
Oh.
Actual getting clippers is very important.
Super fair.
Yeah.
So I was really happy with that. It went together like a dream, and maybe the error existed in between the hobby board and the chair. But
that's awesome, though.
Yeah. So now I just need to, probably by this time next year, I'll have brought him out to the garage to prime. And we'll be well on our way.
Hey, progress is progress.
Some is on the way to done,
And we saw how kind of surprisingly good he is.
Yeah. I mean,
he looked like a solid 3, but he performed well.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, we'll certainly get into. Actually, let's just do it right now. That's fine. Full send.
Why not?
It's MINISTRAVAGANZA. Sometimes you just need to full send it because Malekith's certainly gonna. So. Yeah, last Monday on the Power Phase, Dan and I played a game. We played the 3rd and final mission of the Renewal of Vows organized play kit that Sarah Rowan had did.
So good.
With that, we are just. I still am just.
I
vomit appreciation for on a regular basis. I love it so much. But yeah, it was. What was it called? The 3rd mission.
Gambit infuriates guests with music or something like that.
Yeah.
Trying to secure jukeboxes and carry around drink cups.
And if you're carrying a drink cup, while you can carry more than one, you can only make one move action as you're trying not to spill the drink cups, which I thought was super important.
Not to spill that punch.
And if you are securing the boom boxes during the cleanup phase, your opponent can move you off as you're just boogieing down too hard.
You're dancing a short move advance away or whatever direction your opponent wants. That one hurt.
Yeah. I could see that.
Mostly because I played a Thanos-less Black Order, which was kind of cool. So I had Corvus with a Reality Gem. Thanless Black Order. I like that.
Yeah.
I had Proxima Midnight. I had Supergiant for the first time on the channel. And then Ebony Maw with the Space Gem, who was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And Supergiant was securing a boombox near the beginning, and she got pushed off it short, or advanced off short. But her movement's short, so to get her back there, she I don't think she ever did
Yeah.
because she needed to defend the area with psychic attacks.
Heimdall, we found out, is exactly as great as everyone assumed he was going to
Oh,
be.
yeah, he was awesome.
And that was, me only remembering some of his powers, too.
You did well. Forfend is a great power.
It is, but I never used his teleport, which was like kind of a big deal.
You never really needed it, though.
That's true. Yeah, he was just kind of standing his ground on one of those boom boxes, just making sure Corvus was.
Because it was kind of like, do I spend power to teleport, or do I just move back to the boombox and save that power to forfend?
Yeah.
Because that was massive. At one point, you dazed Corvus during his activation with that.
Yeah, which was very nice, because the first couple forfends, nothing went through at all. So I was like, well, do I even keep spending on this? It obviously is not working out. And yeah, just decided to full send it, and it worked.
I mean, it's awesome to get a free attack, but it's a super basic 5 strength range 2 physical builder, right? Like, it doesn't do anything crazy, but it's essentially a free attack. Like, it's an extra action.
Yeah.
For what, 2 power?
For 2 power.
Like, not bad
at all. And very realistically could regularly pay for itself for a character where you really want to be using his power all the time forever for rerolls and for forfend, for teleports, like kind of the whole 9. And his spender's not bad. No. I mean, a medium push off that is awesome.
We saw that was huge. Did he do that to Corvus at one point too?
I did it to Proxima.
Oh, Proxima.
To get Proxima away from Corvus.
Go away.
Yeah. Well,
he went so far.
And like Neo says here in chat, yeah, action economy is huge. And I've talked about this a lot. Like, if I have...
for real.
The value of a character goes way, way up for me if they have a charge or hit and run or really anything that's getting me free actions. You only get 2 actions a turn.
Yeah, any extra.
Throwing in another one is always so well valued that...
huge deal. Yeah, he was great. So you had Heimdall, Scourge... Thor and Loki.
Gemless Loki.
Gemless.
And I had a 2, didn't I?
Toad! Toad was shockingly good.
Toad was very good.
He spit on me, and it was gross.
I never did damage with that spit, but
no.
It's so odd. So very specifically, on my right flank, Dan's left, he ran Supergiant and Ebony Maw initially, and I ran Scourge and Thor.
Right, I saw you put Scourge on. I was like, that's where Supergiant's going, because he only has physical attacks. She's staying away from Loki.
And so over the course of the rounds, I was able to get Supergiant dazed with just Scourge doing damage somehow.
But because every time you attacked, you did the 1 damage she would take from a physical, but then he also had that throw that finally dazed her.
Yeah,
getting 1 more in.
And that
I did Psychic Vampire once or twice.
Yeah.
Or Mental Vampire, whatever it is that her builder, if she does any damage, she heals 1, which is great.
And yeah, the energy spit from Toad, or the acid spit, whiffed every single time.
Yeah, that's supposed to be her weak spot, where she has 3 defense dice, but that's totally
and I guess not
average.
Weak spot, but like that's the way you should try to deal with her is Mystic or energy specifically.
Well, I mean, she's got like 5 or 6 Mystic defense.
Oh, she does that.
So like the energy is the weak spot, but Toad's spit is not a strong attack.
Right.
But it did throw Incinerate on her that didn't end up mattering.
Correct.
Because she's still just taking 1 from all those physicals.
But I really like her. I dig her as a character like a lot. I think she's really cool. And it takes someone's full dedication if they're a physical power, even if they're a physical powerhouse, to get her down. You need the throws. You need to be adding the bleed. You need to be doing these things to do it. But it's doable.
Yeah,
and it is doable with a 2 or a 3.
That's I think that's the trick with her is, well, she can do decent damage back with the builder. We know her spender's weird. I did try it against Scourge. I did end up doing it against Toad because Scourge had like 1 health left or something. Yeah. So I was like, you know what? Toad is flipped. He only has 3 health on this side, but if I get it and he just KOs, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see if it would work. I actually got close.
Yeah.
I think I needed like 1 more wild or something like that.
Yeah, and I was like, you got the skulls. You got a lot of the kind of like difficult ones to get, but yeah, it was like just a simple wild or something.
Yeah, because you need like a hit, a crit, 2 wilds and 2 skulls and a block or something. It's got a ton of triggers to it, but I got most of the way there, and I was like, I tried.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. You don't have any more power, Toad, nerd. But she was really cool. She's a weird piece, but fun.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and she's just one of those ones where, she's a really cool piece on the field, just seeing how people react to her. I I'm playing in a league as well where she was used in my first game, and I constantly battled back and forth. I was like, all right, do I put my energy person over there? Do I just ignore her? Like, what exactly do I do? And sometimes you commit and it doesn't do enough, and then you only have physical attacks left to try to bring her down. It's like, ah.
Well, she got 3 health. I can't take her down this round because I only have 2 actions.
Or
and I
Blood
don't have a
Despair's
throw.
there. So you're like, well, I got to keep going. Just got to keep trucking.
Yeah, I wanted to use Blood Despair with her so she could get the health back and not be dazed.
Yeah.
Because she's the only one that can do it now in Black Order, which is super cool. I ended up using it on Corvus instead when you
in a very cool interaction
with Forfend, and I was like, well, the whole point of him coming over here and attacking Heimdall was to take him down. So then I was like, all right, Blood Despair to get the strike in still, because I had what's his spender called?
Death Blow.
He had Death Blowed into Heimdall,
moved up, took the forefend, got KO'd, used Blood Despair to KO Heimdall back. It was a very awesome 2 attacks KOing characters off cycle.
Yeah. It was not, I think you dazed Corvus at that point.
Oh,
but
maybe
still,
it was dazed, yeah.
It was like, I mean, I guess I'll use the card instead of just an action since you dazed him.
Right.
But it was really cool. So I didn't get to use that on Supergiant, but it did what it was supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's a cool card.
Trying to think about what else. I did get to use Weapons of Midgar.
Yeah.
Which is just fun.
Yeah.
And
look, unfortunately, it was only Supergiant because I had Mother shipped Maw to the other side of the table to back up the couple. But that's just cool that he's got a beam. He has access to that. I feel like his combination of just his axe strike with his spender, executioner or something?
Yeah.
Is a really nice 1-2 punch. With you do bleed.
Yep.
Is that a bleed on a wild for the
bleed
axe?
on a wild? Yep.
And then if you're bleeding with the spender, you get to like reroll the dice.
You can reroll up to 2 dice if the target is bleeding,
which is still awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, rerolling 2 dice is great.
Well, and especially when you're potentially matched up with Heimdall as well. I mean, for effectively just 2 additional power, if the target's already bleeding, being able to reroll up to 4 dice in the thing is pretty nice.
Yeah, he was good.
And he's got a lot of health. He's got a throw. I mean, he's a really solid dude. And the aggressive helps considerably.
Yeah, that's like necessary on him. He's medium movement, right? So he's not super slow, but having an extra potential move is real good.
Yeah. And I did use Doomed Prophecy on Thor, and I think he went down before I was able to make use of it. Ebony Maw, I think, licked him to death. And, sometimes that black tongue get her done. But
it's a great attack.
It really is.
Super good.
I really like Maw in general now since the 2021 update. He's really kind of coming to his own and is in a very good spot. And I think people are finally starting to realize it, but I think it's becoming more of a regular thing to see him around.
With First of the Black Order, it's not like, oh, I have 8 points in Thanos, so having 5 or 6 on Maw is just not doable.
Yeah.
Like, you can fit him in so much easier with Corvus leading the squad now. And his leadership is good.
Yeah.
I gained a lot of power from that throughout the game.
Yep.
Because I think I had all your guys injured by the end and a few KO'd.
Everyone was injured except for Proxima, I think, at the end of the game.
Yes.
And
she's the only one that made it.
We both had a couple KOs, I feel like.
You KO'd Maw and I think Corvus by the end.
Yeah.
Because Maw, you were like, he has to die.
Yeah.
Because with the gem, he was getting 4 power around, enough to do his not Devastate Intellect, that's Super Giants, but his Mystic Spender.
Yeah.
Which is real good. I rolled really badly for it every time, but it's a really great spender. I forget what else it does.
The target doesn't gain power for the damage dealt, which is like
that's massive,
super great, especially taking down a really threatening piece to make sure they can't swing back. Like is just real good.
Real good. Would have been a lot better if he had rolled better, but I remember just the fact that he could do that every round because it's only cost 4 and he's getting 4 every he was great. Oh, that's with Devastate Intellect and Super Giant. I didn't roll any wilds because I didn't even stun you.
Yeah, that's
really?
right. Yep.
That's what it was. I think I had every other trigger except 2 wilds.
Yeah. Yep.
Which was just kind of funny.
But yeah, so that was the game from Monday. If you haven't checked that out yet, you can head over to atomicmassgames.com/ROV if you want to check out the Renewal of Vow events. There's a bunch of cool stuff. Thanks to chat and thanks to Wraith specifically, I was able to remember my first tier Destiny power in almost every round. Well, I did remember in every round.
Yeah.
But
once?
It did work once. Listen, so I mean, normally I stop when it works that first time. It didn't work the first time here, so I had to keep going for it. It was pretty nice. But we heavily enjoyed that organized play kit. It was really solid. Really liked it a lot.
Well, the other thing that really stood out to me with that Black Order build was having Supergiant and Maw allows for their well-laid plans. I keep forgetting what it's called. Psychic Shockwave, which was massive. Like, that was so important for having the game go a little bit longer.
Yeah.
It ended up being a nice, close game.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched it yet, highly recommend it because it was just a good game.
It was nice.
Nice.
But on to the news from this week. We did get a very large and a very uninebriated bear this week with Ursa Major. Dan.
Roar.
What were your initial thoughts to seeing Mikhail? Ursus?
Ursus. It's a big bear, man.
Oh, it's a big bear. It is a big bear, man, actually.
When the card came out the other day, and I was like, oh, sweet. And I was like, yeah, this is pretty much exactly what I was hoping for.
Yes, it's like a guy if he's also a bear.
He's got bear claws.
Mm-hmm.
He's got bear hands.
He's got bear arms.
He's got awesome attack names that are kind of bear puns. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
He's got so much health. I was a little not surprised. I feel he's a 4 threat.
Yeah.
Which is right about where I thought he was going to be as a bruiser, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's got 7 stamina on both sides.
He does.
Which is a lot for a 4 threat. I feel like, well,
it is.
It's like 2 to 3 more than typical.
Which is,
they have 6, 6, or 5 and 6.
Right.
So awesome.
But that's a bracket change for the most part. You know what I mean? Like 2s.
There are usually 5s with less health than that.
Correct. Yep.
He's short move, which is expected. He's on I think a medium base. As far as we know.
It looks like it, yep.
But what you can tell, he's size 3. Again, expected. Scourge and Heimdall are not.
Yeah.
I thought it was weird. They are big models.
They are big
They're
models.
Size 2. He's got good average defenses. He's 3-3-4.
Yeah.
A little surprising. I thought he'd have 4 physical defense. I kind of assumed that.
Yeah.
A big, tough bear.
Same.
But he's got 4 mystic defense, which I guess I'm assuming in the comics he's got some kind of like he's got a strong mind. Maybe because he's in a bear. Because when he turns into a bear, he's still Mikhail, but he's like more animalistic. He's more bestial.
And the longer he's in bear form, the more bestial he gets. So
right,
maybe
he becomes more bear-like.
Yeah.
So I guess psychic powers aren't really affecting a person's mind; they're more affecting a bear's mind, which is more primal.
It's like that old '90s, like pre-movie scroll. It's like you want to download a bike. But it's like, you wouldn't mentally dominate a bear, would you?
So, his defenses are fine. I love his builder, Bare-Handed Slap.
Which is known kind of in the community as the BIS. BHS. BIS.
But it's a perfectly fine builder. Range 2, strength 5, no power, of course. He gains power per damage dealt and bleed on a wild.
Yeah.
So, it's not bad.
Straightforward. As far as bare-handed slaps go,
it's a good one.
Pretty good.
It's not anything to write home about, but it's not bad either. It's not a 4 strength builder on a 4 threat, so.
Correct.
His spender, though. Whoo, Barry. His range 2, so both of it, he's got 2.
Dan, what's it called?
He's only got 2 attacks. This one is the Bear-Armed Brawler.
Also known as Bab.
Bab.
Biss and Bab.
Also range 2, so he suffers a little bit there. Both of his attacks are only range 2. Not fantastic, but not as bad as it could be. We'll see later. Strength 7 for 3 power. Immediately, in my mind, I compared to Cold-Blooded, which has the same stats there. But the trigger, the other effects on this are amazing. First up, before damage is dealt, super important. No wild trigger, just happens. If the target character is size 4 or less, which is everybody but Dormammu, it may throw the target character short.
Really good.
A free throw. Don't have to do damage.
Correct.
Don't have to roll a wild before damage is dealt, so you can throw them before they potentially get dazed or whatever. Already love it. Oh, wait, there's another one. After the attack is resolved, the target character gains a stagger special condition.
Yeah, it's a better Hail to the King.
It's so good. Like this, to me, this character shines on this. It costs 3 power, but he's got 7 health on both sides. He's going to do this all the time.
Oh, for real?
He's doing this all day.
That's a really inexpensive builder.
All day, every day.
There's only one style of builder that's less than that, because I don't think we have any, or not builder, but spender.
There's a few 2s out there, but
that's what I'm saying.
lot.
Like, there's only a handful of 2s out there, and there's no 1s because they aren't really considered spenders.
Ones.
They're not considered spenders.
All the characters. One.
All the characters.
Throws hammer throw. It's not a builder. What do you call it then?
It's not a spender. It's just an attack.
He's still spending 1. It's still a spender.
The spender is the big ultimate attack, Dan.
All right,
Everyone
if
knows
you say
that.
each character has 1 spender, then sure.
Yeah.
But I'd say anything that you have to spend power is a spender to me.
I did, though.
You did what?
I said that.
Oh, okay.
Only the biggest attack is the spender.
All right, fair. He's got one of the best spenders out there, I think.
Yeah.
So, and like 7 dice.
One of the most efficient spenders, because you would pay 3 all day long to throw enemies of size 4 or less short,
and then also stagger them,
and you get an attack,
do some damage as well with an attack.
You know what I mean?
It's so good.
It's the French fries that comes with your burger. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot they were coming. I'll put them right on there.
Yeah. So his attacks are only range 2. 2 of his superpowers help with that. First up, charge. One of my favorites. One of your favorites is saves actions. You get to move and immediately make an attack action. Super important.
Yeah.
Some charges, like for Asgard, aren't charged because they specify you have to do a particular attack.
As I found out this week, I was like, can I for Asgard and chuck a hammer? No, I can't.
No. That's why it's not charge.
That's
right?
fair.
So he's got just straight up charge, so you can charge if you've got power on him, which you probably will with his 7 health. Charge up and then bare arm brawler and just wreck face. So of course that costs 2 power. Make a move action, file an attack action. You can only do it once a turn. And then he also has Ursine Temper. Costs 3 power. It's a decent throw.
Yeah, it's a terrain feature throw.
So you can only throw terrain with it size 3 or less, which is good.
Throws it medium.
Yeah, within range 2 of him, so it's got to be pretty close for those bare arms to grab it. But he throws it medium, which is nice. Only once a turn, of course. And then he has aggressive, which we love. Anytime he takes damage. Sorry, after an attack targeting the character is resolved if he suffers damage. Super important distinction. So you throw stuff all day at him, he's not going to charge at you. But if you do damage to him with an attack, he can then move short towards you, which is a free move. Because he's short movement.
Yeah.
He's got that medium base. That's a pretty good amount of space he's covering.
He's got a round thing in your face.
Yeah, you beat me to it.
You'll get sprung.
He doesn't change at all on his injured side.
No,
he keeps that 7 health, which is like
same.
Woo. Other 4 threats that have 7 health on their healthy side off the top of my head all go down. Goblin goes from 7 to like 5. Wolverine goes from 7 to 5. He's 14 stamina on a 4 threat. I'm a little disappointed he doesn't have any kind of invulnerability, but I think the 7 and 7 makes up for it.
Well, and you can't make that standard, right? Where all the big boys have, inert to pain or a 1 damage reduction. Because listen, you can punch a bear, it'll do damage.
Yeah.
You just got to punch him a whole bot.
He's not gonna really feel it.
Right.
Yeah, and inert to pain I feel like would have made a lot of sense here too, or just like thick fur coat or something like that.
Yeah.
But in a way, you kind of want him to take some damage to power him up to do the throw or the charge or charge and bear arm brawler all day. So good. You want him to get in the thick of it and just throw guys around. And stagger, just a stagger, free stagger and a throw.
Well, it costs 3.
I free as in there's no trigger for it.
Oh, I gotcha.
It just happens.
Because
if there was a wild, I'd never get it anyway.
Correct. Where do you put him?
As a 4 threat, he's not everywhere.
No.
Because he's got one job. He's doing damage.
Yeah.
I like him in...
For me, he's throwing. He's a control piece.
Yeah. I actually really like him in Kingpin's Criminal Syndicate. 7 health sitting on an objective. Hard to throw-ish at size 3.
Yeah.
Aggressive, so he can get back on points relatively easily.
Yeah.
I like him there. I like him in Daredevils as well. Shadowland Daredevils to re-roll attack dice.
Yeah, he doesn't need it to fish for stuff though, but I mean just more damage is more damage.
Yeah, because that's what he does. He goes up and he hits people.
I like him a lot in Midnight Suns is where I really, really like him.
Bumping.
Yep. And Web Warriors. I feel he's solid. He gives some really nice heavy hitting potential to kind of counter Venom. And yeah, the throws. The throws are really good.
Oh,
I
and
like him
Steve's
a lot.
Avenger.
Yeah, I almost don't even think because
Always.
he's not super power hungry. You know, like
Yeah, but charge for one? Come on.
yeah. I mean, charge for
Anybody
one
that
is
has
great.
charge likes Steve's Avengers for one.
Right. No, I completely agree.
I don't really see me playing him in Steve's Avengers often, but
Yeah.
and everybody likes Steve's Avengers for the cheaper superpowers.
Correct. I don't hate him in Sam Wilson's Avengers either, just having some of that little heal because, well, he doesn't have that 4 physical defense, and he doesn't have the invulnerability or the inert to pain. So getting a heal here or there and some additional small movements, I feel would be really solid, especially when you're probably going a little wide and you're going to have those 2s and 3s kind of dazing. You can kind of keep him moving around and constantly being a threat and healed up.
I like that a lot.
Asgard for the same reason.
Yeah, I was going to say Asgard too to get rid of
Well, and because he doesn't
damage.
have any immunities to special conditions.
Nope.
So that kind of, well, I mean, we've certainly made the declaration here before. He's immune to slow. Yeah.
Yeah, why isn't he immune to poison? He's a bear.
Bear, you could poison a bear, man. Listen, I was in the Boy Scouts. That's most of what we did.
Poison-tipped arrows are illegal.
There is more than one supply or vessel device to give poison.
Fair. I like him in general. He's an awesome model too. He's a big bear with abs. Like, you don't want to mess with that. I want to play him all the time just because he looks great.
To be clear, though, he only has abs on his injured side. He has ab on his healthy side.
Right. Yeah. I love his bear gut on the card, but the model itself, like, has sculpted abs.
Yes, it does.
He's terrifying. But he's a big bear man. He looks awesome. He's going to be taken all the time just because he's cool. I think he's a perfectly fine 4. He doesn't shine above the rest. He's not like, oh my God. He's not, Medusa when she first came out. He's not Enchantress when she first came out. They've gotten reworked a little bit. I think he's solid.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's like a 4-point lizard.
He is somewhat like a 4-point lizard.
He's real basic.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a ton going on.
A throw instead of a push. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to work on building like an all just like animal dudes list with like Lizard and Ursa Major.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of others off the top of my head.
Would you include like Black Widow and stuff in there?
Yeah,
or Black Cat?
I don't know, with just the name. Well, Lockjaw because he's a
oh
dog.
yeah.
So things like that. It'd be like the Pet Avengers.
Bullseye.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Because he's a beast.
Why can't?
Oh, beast! How did we forget that one?
I'll count it. Sure.
You won it normally. He's big. He's furry. He's wood.
All right, so where are we at? So Lizard's 3, Ursa Major's 4.
Yeah.
We got 10 with Lockjaw, so we're up to 13 with Beast. Beast is 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're only at 13, so we need somebody else in there.
I feel like we're forgetting some really obvious ones.
I feel like it too, and I just
Toad?
can't think of anybody. No.
Why not? He's beastie.
No, he's just a dude with a long tongue.
He's not just a dude.
He's a mutant, okay?
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
Chat, help me out. Who am I forgetting? There's got to be somebody else.
Definitely Toad. Crossbones.
He's literally just a dude.
He's boss to Crohn's though. Yeah, I feel like there's got to be some other massive, super obvious person that someone would figure out after stammering a sentence out
Who are we
long
forgetting?
enough that they would finally remember.
I mean, maybe I'd count Malekith later because he's got a big cat mount.
Omega Red?
He's just a dude with tentacles.
Right, but he's like the ending red. Like he's like the last one.
Okay.
Right? So like
Well, we're at 13. Maybe we'll see what else comes out along the way.
you're definitely not going to get another red after Omega Red.
He's the last, yeah.
Right.
There's no Alpha Red.
Correct. Not yet. Maybe soon. Maybe we'll get an Alpha Flight version of Omega Red called Alpha Red.
Actually, kind of like that a lot.
Instead
of Russian, he's Canadian.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we need to design that character for funny.
Yeah, I mean, all the spider people.
I mean, if there was Rhino, he would fit in the idea of my theme here.
You would more readily include Rhino than Beast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because especially, like, Beast is just a blue furred dude, right? He's not like an ant. Like, Ursa Major's a bear man. Lizard is a lizard man.
Rhino is a man.
Lockjaw's a dog.
Rhino is a man in a suit.
Rhino's
which
a
you could
rhino
describe
man.
as
Depends on what Rhino we get too. Is it like Paul Giamatti's robot suit Rhino?
First
Obviously
off,
doesn't
love
count.
that. Like, love it.
I mean, he was in that movie for 3 seconds.
He should have been in more though.
Absolutely. I love Paul Giamatti in general.
Same.
And this is the idea he was playing this like Russian Rhino.
Yeah.
That interpretation of I thought was pretty
Probably
cool.
part of the Winter Guard. Paul Giamatti's Rhino.
I'd be okay with that.
You know?
Absolutely. I feel like there's got to be a spider foe we're forgetting. Because they're definitely, a lot of them are based on animals.
Yeah, no scorpion or vulture yet.
Yeah.
Nor is there any Hydro Man, as Hydro Man makes up 60% of most animals.
I hate Hydro Man.
Do you?
Yeah.
Why? I actually...
Because he's like half a step away from Iceman and he's encroaching on his turf. He's water stuff. Iceman's water stuff too.
I thought you also liked water stuff. I figured he would have been in the ballpark.
No, he's too similar, so it's like encroaching and
I
not
gotcha.
cool.
Do you like Sandman?
Yeah, Sandman's awesome.
Okay.
I don't really care that much about Hydro Man.
Moving on. So the other big release today, to kind of kick off MINISTRAVAGANZA, especially for the Marvel Crisis Protocol side, we not finally, but we've been hot and bothered and waiting for this for a hot minute since
had
ACO.
A lot of wild speculation, knowing nothing about the character really, other than the Thor: The Dark World interpretation, which we know he's not, because he's riding a giant winged white tiger.
Correct.
Called a bog tiger.
A bog tiger.
But we got Malekith's card just like out of nowhere. I was watching the Legion stream this morning. They had a ton of reveals there. AMG is busy this week. And then Steve shared it in the Discord. And I was like, wait, what? Wait, what? We're in the middle of another stream and they dropped Malekith on us out of nowhere? Like, whoo. So, I went over Ursa Major. You want to cover Malekith? There's a lot more here.
There is.
He's got a lot going on.
So, did you have a raise energy today, dude? You are like, whoa, ready to go. Or is it just MINISTRAVAGANZA? You did?
I did this morning before working out, but I'm just pumped to, like, Ursa Major's awesome.
Yeah.
Malekith, I was so incredibly excited when they showed the model initially, and his card does not disappoint.
For real. I
pump for MINISTRAVAGANZA. It's just so much right now.
And if this is how they started out, you know what I mean? Like,
we still have the panel for MCP tomorrow.
We still have, yes, very much so.
You want to come over at noon tomorrow and we'll cover it when we can't stream it?
Kinda. I have a very important meeting at 10, but then right after, yes. Yep.
All right, what's going on with Malekith?
So we have Malekith the Accursed, which, not to be confused with a lot of the other Malekiths that are out there, this is just alias Malekith.
Right.
So there could be, Stanley Frankennatter Malekith the Accursed, but he would have a different alias.
Well, maybe we'll just get Malekith later without a cat.
Correct. Without a bog tiger.
Yes. Still a cat, right?
No, actually, it's kind of like how Kansas City isn't in Kansas, actually. You have to read the comics to kind of find that out. Shout out to Fury's Finest. But
what? That episode hasn't come out yet, has it?
No, or probably ever will. But so he's got 4s across the boards for defenses. So we got 4, 4, 4, 10 stamina on his healthy side, 7 threat.
Our first 7.
Size Quattro.
Ursa Major can throw him.
Ursa Major can throw him, actually. Yeah, that makes so I think Malekith just being size 4 makes Ursa Major more of a threat.
Absolutely.
His value went up as soon as this card was released.
It took 2 days for his value to go up.
Yeah, he's a medium mover and has flight and immunity to hex and stun,
which is nice.
As an elf that was trained heavily and broken out of prison by wizards, makes sense that he might be immune to hex.
And medium movement is nothing to shake,
on a big old base.
He's got the large base.
Yep. Yes, sir.
He's fast.
Builder is going to be an energy attack, range 2, strength 7, called Blade of Midnight.
Blade of Midnight.
No Daywalker builder here, because this one only comes out after dark. And after this attack is resolved, the character will gain power equal to the damage dealt with Pierce on a wild.
Love Pierce.
Pretty solid when you're rolling that many dice.
Yeah,
a bucket
range
of dice.
2, strength 7.
With Pierce, too.
Strength 7 for a builder?
And energy.
So good.
I don't know why they called this Blade of Midnight instead of Supergiant Deleter. But...
Oof, yeah. I
mean,
Ow. I mean, he's a 7 threat, so a 7
you gotta start
7
strong.
Strength builder is not shocking.
No.
Like it's fantastic.
Yep.
It is only range 2.
Correct. But
Not bad.
No,
Not bad at all.
Nope.
I would still say it's a great builder.
I would say that it is one of the strongest builders, stat wise.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, being strength 7,
I mean,
and mist energy is, I think, statistically the lowest strength defense.
It is. Yeah, because Mystic has those highs and lows. Physical is normally actually pretty high. There's very few 2 physical defenses or lower. And energy's, kind of in that sweet spot in between where it's usually 3 or below.
Yep.
Unless you're She-Hulk for some reason.
Or Storm has 4.
Yes.
Defense.
I think that makes sense, though.
So this is a really good builder. Relatively short range, but medium move on a large base is fast.
Yeah, you're going to have that blade in your face. Blood Boil is going to be his gainer, I believe is the term. Beam 4, Strength 5. After the attack is resolved, they will gain 1 power and poison on a wild.
And it doesn't cost any power. It's another builder.
Correct. Another gainer is what they call it. Solid. Really good.
It's a Mystic Beam
4 though. Beam 4 though.
That's real big. That's
a big beam.
It's about, I think it's the same as Sinister's, but his costs 1 and gains a power after each attack.
Yep.
Totally fine. He gets like 3 people in the beam. That's 3 power.
Yeah.
Nope. And poison on a wild. Not bad.
Solid.
Poison is a little not a favorite.
Yeah.
In the community, or locally at least, but it's certainly not bad.
No, it's a detriment. So I really feel, especially when you're not playing against Asgard or something like that, poison's value goes through the roof. Excuse me. Because you have that, you don't want to shake it. You don't want to have to spend an action to shake poison. And if you were trying to kind of remove someone from being useful, poison is a great way to do it, especially if you don't want to do a ton of damage to them, give them a ton of power. You just want them to not have enough to do the things that they want to do, but you don't want to power them up by trying to take them off the table. Poison is great for that. And on a beam like this, Gamma Way or Gamma Shelters and Demons Downtown, this is set up perfectly. I mean, if you are poisoning and having the entire enemy team incinerated every round on Demons Downtown, Malekith loves it.
Yes.
His spender is Butcher of Thor.
This is gross.
This is really solid.
Gross.
Range 3, strength 10. Only 4 power. Actually, not too bad.
Strength 10 for 4 power?
Yeah.
What?
And after the attack is resolved, you can place the character within 1 of the target character, and similar to Hawkeye or Star-Lord, it has Dark Curse on a wild, where after the attack is resolved, for each wild in the attack roll, the defending character gains 1 of the following special conditions out of Bleed, Shock, Slow, and Stun.
Wow. Each wild does 1 of those.
Correct.
On 10 dice.
On 10 dice. With a place. He's already not slow.
Yeah.
Big base medium mover who has a place on his spender and a relatively inexpensive spender at that.
Yeah.
He's also, as you know, we've kind of been teased a little bit, one of the new affiliation leaders or a new affiliation ability for the Cabal called Carled, the Dark Council. And this is kind of the inverse of the Sam Wilson affiliation ability, all new, all different, where when this character or an allied character dazes or KOs an enemy character, choose another non-dazed allied character. After the effect is resolved, the chosen character may remove 1 damage, gain 1 power, and may advance short. A character can only be affected by this leadership ability once per round. So he's going to have a mobile Cabal. And I really like this specifically as a new leader for Cabal, as counter to the newer affiliation leader for the Avengers, kind of having that counterplay back and forth. I really dig.
Yeah.
Steve Rogers and Red Skull kind of having similar ones that do a very similar thing in different ways. And this one, very much similar.
Yeah.
I like that counterplay and that counterbalance between those 2 factions.
It's good.
Yeah.
I like, because when I first read it, I was like, oh, he just has Sam's leadership? That's really weird that they just copied and pasted. They've never done that before.
Yeah.
That's really strange. And then I read it again, and I was like, oh, it's when he or his team dazes somebody else. Because I was like, well, Sam Spam works when you have a bunch of cheap characters, but he's 7 threat.
Yeah.
but it's just doing damage to the enemy team, which he's really good at.
Correct.
So, okay.
And once
so you
again,
want to build a beater team with him.
Yeah, and once again, he's already incredibly mobile. He's already moving all over the place.
Yeah.
And to make that just triple down on it, I guess.
Yeah, with his 10 health, he dazes somebody, he heals heals a damage, gains a power, and then advances short. Like, he's a one-man army.
Yeah. So that's 3 already solid forms of movement. How about a 4th? Because he has ferocity.
He's not done yet.
Not done yet.
Still has 3 superpowers.
You can't stop him. He's on a tiger, and it's from the bog, probably. He's got ferocity for 2 power. It costs an action. This is going to be actually similar to what we were describing earlier. It's a charge that's named, which means it can only do one specific attack. So this character immediately makes a move action, followed by a Blade of Midnight attack action. If the attack deals damage, after the attack is resolved, this character may throw the target short.
Yeah.
Like it a lot.
Yeah, they have to do damage, right?
Correct.
If the attack deals damage. It's strength 7 energy. It's probably going to do damage. And then you get the
And it has
thrown
pierce.
short.
So you're probably getting all of your money back that you spent on this one. You are probably getting a throw, and it has pierce to really kind of confirm that the throw is probably going through.
And then you just got, if you do it the right timing, you got a pretty good chance of triggering Dark Council.
Correct.
To get some more movement and power and healing. Like, wow. I love it. Yeah, ferocity's so good.
It really is. And to make sure that his damage sinks in deeper every single time and his defenses hold up, he has Cloak of Shadow.
Oh, I forgot about this one.
This is an X-Spender, which effectively makes him pay a little money, but he can be Scarlet Witch for a little while. So after this character rolls attack, defense, or dodge dice, but before the resolve critical step, you may spend any amount of power to use this superpower. For each power spent, choose one failure or skull to treat as a crit for the remainder of the attack. That means it will, in fact, generate another die. And yeah, that's awesome. So if you're critting into skulls, not great. Can't use it there. But before you roll those crits, you absolutely can. Turn them all into crits.
Yeah. Isn't this the same as dominoes?
It is, yes. I believe so.
Yeah, because it costs power to change. He was already really good. This is like, wow, this is really good. But he wants to be spending power constantly.
Correct. Well, and chances are he'll be able to get it. So here's the thing I really like about him. So just kind of thinking about this in general. Being able to ferocity up, get a Blade of Midnight off, potentially throwing someone, getting that first daze, getting another free movement and some power from dazing someone, being able to then Butcher of Thor's or something like over there because it's range 3 and then you're teleporting over there as well. You're going to be getting 2 to 3 movements per round and attacking twice if you're able to daze someone during that spree. I think is probably the appropriate term for it.
Yeah, he's going to go on a spree. All the time. Yeah, he's super efficient. He seems like he has more than one action a turn. I feel like he's going to feel a lot like Thanos with gems where he just does like 8 things. I'm like, oh, I still have one more action. They're like, how are you still going? I feel like Malekith is going to be similar to that where you have that place and charge and all this. Oh, he still has 1 power.
Yes, so...
He's not done.
He's not done. So I don't know if you knew this or not, but he's also a conqueror of the 10 realms.
10 realms.
During the power phase, he'll gain an additional power. And additionally, and this is probably one of the most devastating parts of this character.
Yeah.
Characters cannot modify their attack dice when targeting this character with attacks.
Ooh.
Good luck bringing him down.
He's got 4 defense on everything. He's got 10 stamina. You can't modify your dice against him.
I think I would rather have him, like if I'm playing against Malekith, I would significantly rather have him have nice punch or an invulnerability or something like that, because not being able to modify my dice absolutely takes out my oops, all rerolls and rapid fires.
Right? And you do get a few through. Oh, I rolled a couple of skulls. I'm just going to change those to crits and then roll more dice.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, he's fast. He's got great offense. He's got great defense. He's so good.
Also, the art on this card was done by Tyler Walpole, who did that incredible Hydra themed Quinjet that we saw at Adepticon.
I think he did the Scourge and Heimdall cards as well.
I believe he did.
Fantastic art. I love the artwork on his cards. No. I think he's a proper 7 threat. He does have 1 change when he flips.
It's just the 1, so he drops 2 stamina on the injured side, which honestly probably needed.
Sure. Yeah, he goes down to 8.
I'll take it. Yep.
Yeah. He still has 18 stamina.
Correct.
I'm only 4 more than Ursa Major.
That's
for 3 more threat.
That's true. But he has less than Dormammu.
Right. And there are some people out there that are a little upset that they feel like he's better than Dormammu for 1 threat less.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But
Dormammu's the thing is, I don't think it's fair to compare them directly like that.
Correct.
They're different threat levels already, so it's hard to compare them directly. He is a one-man army. Dormammu is more kind of like Thanos, where he's a bit more of a support piece. Where yes, he can do tons of damage himself.
Yeah.
He's got a ton of stamina, but he's there to like teleport others and beef them up with his dark dimension leadership and whatnot. Where Malekith is there to wreck face.
Correct. Well, and also very different power vibe too, right? You know, Dormammu kind of only getting power when certain effects are happening, or people are taking damage, or people are overburdened with how much power they have. And that obliteration or incantation of obliteration is awesome. It is very deadly.
Yes.
But in the true wild sorcery effects of the dark dimension, doesn't always go off like a Butcher of Thor's will.
Oh my gosh, 10 dice for 4 power.
Yeah. But so yeah, he's just absolutely nuts. The characters and the players that I really like to see in this particular list, honestly, with Cabal, is anyone that is going to be in people's faces dealing damage. That honestly, I think the Dark Council affiliation is going to be a great place for slow movers. I think we'll see some Crossbones get some really good play here. You want people throwing stuff, moving stuff around, getting placed. This is, I think, going to be an incredibly mobile affiliation that's going to be played. And I'm really excited for the characters that are really going to thrive under this. Corvus and Proxima, or maybe even just Corvus. I think we are going to start I think we're going to start seeing Corvus in Dark Council stuff. Granted, if you're running with the reality gem, that's 5, and that's out of the gate 12 threat, but Corvus loves more movement. And this is going to give it to him, especially when he's dazing or KOing someone every round. So I absolutely love that. I would almost say there's just so much there. Dan, we were talking about Corvus and a Dark Council having a little bit more movement, more health.
Come on.
He's going to be murking people. So
you're only at 12 points if he's got the reality gem, too.
Exactly. So, I mean, you could go 15 with him, Proxima, and Malekith. You will have priority forever.
That is terrifying. Like, that's just the damage potential there is, on Black, and they are Black Order, but it's the same kind of, I think, more damage potential than typical Black Order.
Correct.
And you're only at 15?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because it's 12 with Corvus with your reality gem. Proxima makes it 15.
Oh, my gosh. I would hate to fight that at 15.
Yeah. Yep.
I think Malekith is going to be one of those. You can't ignore him because he's so fast. But I think against him, you're going to have to focus on taking out the rest of his squad first.
Yeah.
And then hoping that you've scored enough because he's expensive.
Well, and that's the thing. He is, in fact, only getting 2 attacks around. He has no way to get additional attacks. He can benefit from a lot of different movements.
I want to see Heimdall with him. Rerolling 2 dice and got 10.
And teleporting and, yes.
Gross.
All
right. Alternate 15 threat. Malekith and Dormammu.
Right. I mean, it pretty much just writes itself.
I mean, you're not going to score many points, but you're going to just wreck the other.
Yeah,
you're just going to table them.
I mean, yeah. That's just one of those things where you're like, all right, well, I'm just going to avoid both of them.
As best you can.
Just constantly be right out of range of attacks that they have to move. And
somebody's going to play that list sometime in like August or September just because we can.
Yep.
Oh, a 17 threat? I threw Toad in.
Oh, Toad!
Or Bullseye.
Toad just going behind these guys, just picking up every little like objective, like carrying it like a little garbage monkey. I like it.
Garbage monkey.
But so anyone else you'd want to see splashed in the Dark Council?
Cabal is most of like the bad guys.
Yeah.
Quotes.
And I think there's a lot of play there. Crossbones loves it. It's more movement. It's more places. He heals up a little bit.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
I think it helps a lot of the short movers in
Exactly.
In Cabal, like Crossbones.
Mhm.
Did you just say Crossbones?
Yeah.
I don't know why you said that, and I pictured Baron Zemo. I don't know why.
I mean, Baron doesn't hate it.
No.
He just doesn't need it.
No.
He has one at home, and it's nicer.
I mean, I think it'd be fun to see Ursa Major in here because he is just a beat stick. Like, you just take characters that attack.
Yeah.
Here.
Yep.
I like.
Well, and similar to what we were talking about with Ursa Major in Sam Wilson's Avengers, the additional move and the healing kind of makes up for some of the tankability that he has.
Yeah.
When you already have 14 total health and you're healing on it, it's pretty funny.
All right, so now I want to build a Cabal list, a Dark Council list that's just the maximum stamina I could get without taking Dormammu.
Yeah.
So like him, maybe Omega Red. I think he's got a good. I think he's 6'6".
Yeah.
For a 4.
Hulkbuster.
Lizard.
Yeah.
Hulkbuster's got a lot, but he's, 6th threat. That's already 13 points with Malekith.
Yeah.
But I like
you could
Lizard in
punch
there because
people.
he's 6'6" at a 3.
Yep.
That just sounds like fun. Just how many how much stamina can I fit in this threat level?
Is Luke Cage higher than average?
I think he's either 6'6" or 6'5".
And being able to heroes
think.
for hire too, with Luke Cage or Iron Fist protecting Daddy Malekith,
Oh my god.
is really funny.
Yes. Oh man. And then throw bodyguards in there with all of his other defensive stuff. He doesn't even need them, but just to keep him alive longer, to just keep demolishing the enemy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh baby.
Oh baby.
Anyone else that you could see potentially being part of like that particular grouping? Who was the the other bad guy there from Thor: The Dark World? It was like Krusk or Kirk or
Kurz.
I think
One of my favorite actors. I don't know how to say his name. I feel bad. I really liked him on Lost as well.
Oh, you're thinking of Sam Riegel.
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen Lost, but
I can't say the actor's name. I just haven't heard it. I've never heard anybody say it.
yeah.
And I don't want to just butcher it.
Oh, that's fair.
Oi. I really liked him in Thor: The Dark World. It was disappointing that was the movie he was in with a throwaway part. But I think his name is Kurz, because I always get him confused with Scourge.
Yeah, I thought it was like Curse with a K, effectively, for some reason. Yeah.
I think it's Kurz with a K and a Z.
Okay.
I think that's his name. But he looks awesome.
I remember him being a very annoying boss in the Avengers Assemble Facebook game when Thor: The Dark World came out.
Naturally.
Or maybe it was Puzzle Quest, Marvel Puzzle Quest. But
I like Supergiant in Dark Council.
Oh.
Healing that one on her, short movement.
Yeah, it's just frustrating. Yeah, I like it a lot, actually.
Oh, you did 2 damage to me last time with your 2 attacks. I healed 1 back because I dazed that guy.
Oh, you spent 7 power on throws and 2 damage got through? I hope nothing happens to it.
Yeah, she sounds like a pain in that. And there's so many people in Cabal. Like,
yeah.
I could see half of the Winter Guard being in Cabal.
Really? Are they bad guys?
Well, they're often, I don't know a ton about them in the comics, but they're often against the Avengers. They're not necessarily, quote, bad guys.
Yeah.
But, like, they're seen as, foils to the Avengers.
I gotcha.
So I could see, like, I don't know why I can picture Ursa Major in there. I hope all 4 of them aren't just Winter Guard.
Right.
To be the smallest of, I think they'll also get Omega Red, maybe Colossus.
Yeah.
Who else was Ben really excited to have in there for his Team Slav? Maybe Magic.
Yeah. Yep.
I feel like Omega Red's the most obvious one.
Correct. Alpha Red when he comes out.
Would be a great
addition to there.
No, but he's Canadian.
Oh, that's right.
He's not Team Slav.
Right, but he also guards winter in Canada. Canada has to guard a lot of winter themselves.
That's true.
Otherwise, we'll get too much and get really kind of nitpicky.
They got to keep those polar vortexes to themselves.
Yeah. Speaking of, there will be a power at one point
name.
called Polar Vortex, and it will probably be on Blizzard.
Who will get before Iceman?
Who will get before Iceman? We'll get a second Cassandra Nova before Iceman too, probably.
The Marauders version of Cassandra Nova?
Yeah.
She's like on the X-Men now?
Yeah, that would actually be super rad.
No, not yet.
It'd be Alpha Rad.
I just want to make a superhero or a supervillain now called Polar Vortex just because. It seems kind of a lame-ish name, but kind of cool at the same time.
Yeah. He can only make his body colder, but like just to like 85 degrees. You know what I mean? Like just lower than normal human
Just
body
reads
temperature.
as dead
Correct.
to medical equipment.
Mm-hmm. He's immune to infrared. Like that's it.
What?
There's definitely a corpse walking towards us. But guys, thank you so much. As always, if you want to, it would do us a great service to head over to Spotify, Audible, Amazon Podcasts, or Apple Podcasts to leave us a review or a rating. Help us get out there, help other people find us, as well as the Patreon. Patreon.com/professionalcasual helps us out a whole ton. It allows us and gives us the ability to be here every week. And honestly, we really appreciate it. You get a whole bunch of bonus stuff for going over there, additional podcasts and shows and video, access to the Discord, which you can do for as little as $1 on the Patreon. I would highly suggest it. Great place. Absolute Wild West. There is always something there. It is a very international group, which is awesome because it is always active. You will wake up every morning and be like, what did I miss? Oh, just everything.
A row notifications on my phone. And I'm like, all right, let's take 5 minutes to catch up on Discord.
But we are also going to be starting some new stuff based around MCP here shortly, too. We got two kind of big, cool things that we're going to start doing. We're going to be starting to do some blogs on the website, professionalcasual.com, based around MCP, and we are looking for writers. So if you are interested in maybe helping us out and becoming a columnist,
yeah, that's a cool term. A blogger?
Yeah, a blogger. This will be a somewhat paid position. So we want to make sure that if you're going to be spending time for this, that you are compensated for that. So please send some examples and some samples of writing about anything to do with Marvel Crisis Protocol. It could be a review of a new character that's coming out, especially over the weekend here with MINISTRAVAGANZA. But we're looking for 2,000-word concise articles, maybe with some pictures. Up to you. But you go ahead and send those to tim@professionalcasual.com. And we will be bringing people on to write some stuff whenever we can. We are also going to be starting a new additional stream over the next, probably towards the end of summer, maybe next month, August. We don't have a hard date on this.
Tomorrow.
But it won't be tomorrow. I can actually guarantee it won't be tomorrow. But
I set you up for that. I guarantee it.
Appreciate that. Oh, it's canon now. Thanks, Big Chuck. But we are going to be doing some Wait Did I Roll a Wild, name to be determined, After Dark streams over on the Patreon after Wait Did I Roll a Wild on Thursday nights, where we hang out and we talk and we get real with it. We talk about real things like
PCN MCP After Dark?
Yeah.
PCN MPCAD.
I think we could fit more letters in there.
Yeah, right.
10 at checkout for... but yeah, we'll be talking about, why I still take Bullseye as a 3-thread every week and, just a lot of that stuff. But it'll be cool. You can hang out, you can interact with chat and us, and we'll have a good time. So make sure if you're not already, head over to that Patreon, get on there. Only $1 and you'll have good luck all day long. Just ask Chuck.
Patreon.com/professionalcasual. So much stuff there.
So much stuff there. But guys, we love you. Thank you so much. Make sure to check out... the Power Phase on Mondays and Taylor's Hobby Hangout on Wednesdays right here on the Twitch. We love your faces. We'll see you soon. And remember, if you've got a fistful of dice and a pocket full of sprinkles, you got a fighting chance and a great ice cream topping. Goodbye.
Bye.